won the lottery. And now anyone with a losing ticket that kills you before sundown gets her money. Legally.
Okay, that's murder.
Oh, not in California. It's just a chance at the big time.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2024 action comedy Jackpot. The film is directed by Paul Feig and it stars Awkwafina, John Cena, Simu Liu, Sean William Scott and David Conk. Right, okay, the film focuses on Awkwafina's character, Katie. It's set in Los Angeles in the near future, 2030, I think, something along them lines. And essentially, anybody that wins the lottery in California, there's a new thing that's been set up that if you've got the winning lottery ticket, anybody else who has got a losing ticket, if they kill you before sundown, then they are the rightful owner of that lottery ticket and they will win the jackpot. So right now it's the biggest lottery of all time. It's about 3.6 billion. Awkwafina's character Katie comes to California. She wants to be an actress, and she happens upon a lottery ticket, and it turns out to be the winning lottery ticket. She's no idea what's going on because she's from out of town. Everybody descends upon trying to kill her when they figure out she's won the lottery. And then John Cena's character, Noel, turns up, who is like a hire-for-help bodyguard. He helps protect lottery winners to try and keep them alive until they can claim the jackpot. They then go on the run, trying to stay alive for the rest of the day. Right. What are my thoughts on Jackpot? Well, honestly, I'm not... I wasn't sure really what to expect with this film, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of went into this film expecting to hate it. For a few reasons. I saw the trailer a few weeks ago, and I thought it looked pretty garbage. The whole concept, and don't get me wrong, the concept I do think is daft, but it's a comedy at the end of it. It's like an action comedy. You've got to kind of put some of your... got to kind of put that to one side a little bit, the realistic side of stuff. The fact that, Awkwafina comes into this town, this Katie character, and has no idea that if you win the lottery, you've got a bullseye on your back, and everyone's going to try and kill you. I think that would make news across the country, don't you? And she has absolutely no idea when she's coming into California that that's the case. I mean, come on, guys. So you've got to, really suspend your disbelief here. And I am prepared to do that in the majority of the films I watch. But yeah, I didn't like the trailer. I thought the concept and the idea was a bit daft, a bit stupid. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not a big fan of Awkwafina. I've nothing against her. I'm sure she's a very nice person. But everything I see her in, she's usually the worst thing in that film. And that's just how I feel when I see her in the film. I don't find her particularly funny. In fact, I find her quite grating for the most part. So I wasn't looking forward to seeing this, and I was heavily expecting to hate it. Surprise, surprise, guys, I didn't hate this film. Nowhere near. Only a fraction as much as I thought I was going to. I actually think this is a relatively fun and entertaining film. Damn right stupid. A lot of the gags for me don't hit the mark at all. But there's an undeniable charm to it too. And a lot of that comes down to the chemistry. A really good chemistry between John Cena and Awkwafina. They really do get on well on screen together here, and they bounce off each other really quite well. John Cena, as we've seen many times before, I think these types of roles are his strongest type of roles, like action comedy roles. I think he pulls it off really, really well. He's got a great sense of humour. He's got great comedy timing. We keep seeing it over and over again. When like a gag that Awkwafina does, falls flat, if you like, John Cena will come out with a gag that kind of saves it almost, and vice versa. They kind of bounce off each other really, really well. And there's a real energy to the film as well. Yeah, also a massive amount of silliness and goofiness, of course. You've got to go into that and expect that with this film. But a lot of personality and a lot of fun factor too, and that again balances it out. And that's what you kind of find with this film. A lot of the negatives you find here with this film, and there are a few, some of the positives kind of try and balance it out. So you kind of... There's something here really for everybody. I don't think there's anybody going to go into this film and come out the other side thinking, what a pile of garbage that was. Because if you kind of let yourself, there are moments in this film where I think you'll kind of relax and enjoy it. And that's coming from someone, like I say, who went into this film expecting it to be absolutely terrible. I'd not seen any reviews on it before going into this film. I'd not heard any kind of buzz or feedback or anything about this film. All I'd seen was the trailer, and that was enough for me to kind of make me think this is going to be a terrible, terrible film. Now, Paul Feig has been, I suppose you could say, on a little bit of a comeback trail. Well, not a little bit, a hell of a lot of a comeback trail after his disastrous Ghostbusters film. It has to be said. I'm sure there are people out there that like that film. Yeah, I think you possibly need psychiatric help, but that's just me. I think it's absolutely terrible, that film, and he's kind of struggled to come back from that film since. And he was like one of the top comedy directors before he did the Ghostbusters film. Now, I'm not saying this is as on Bridesmaids level or anything, because it clearly isn't. But it is. It's almost like someone saying, I'm just making a film to have fun here, guys. I'm going to put it out there. I don't mind some of the criticism, because, there is a lot of criticism you can throw at this. But I'm just going to throw everything at it and see what works. And there are some bits and pieces that work here. You got some fun cameos from like Machine Gun Kelly and things like that in the film. But you've also got these weird things going on in the film where John Cena's character is like obsessed with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That makes no sense. You've got an incredibly dull and predictable baddie. And it just, for me, was so painfully obvious from the start that Simu Lee was the clear baddie of the piece. And again, it's not one of those films where it's trying to kind of poke your intellectual brain or anything like that. But when you take away the fun aspect and the great chemistry between the two leads, and the lighter moments, and there's some pretty good action moments in it as well that's quite entertaining to watch. At the end of the day, you can't get away from the fact that it's incredibly predictable, a silly plot line. A lot of the jokes don't hit the mark, but if you're prepared to go into this and just kind of, relax a little bit and have a little bit of fun, I think you'll probably surprise yourself, because there is, underneath all this, quite an entertaining and fun but silly film to be watched. So thanks for joining me for this review, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it useful. I will, of course, be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.